Welcome back to our series on how to buy a house. Today we're on step 4, which is writing the offer to get it accepted. If you remember back in step 1, we met for our initial consultation. Then we got you pre-approved. We've toured all the houses and we found the unicorn, the perfect fit for you. What happens next? Well, we're ready to write the offer. So what that looks like is a really long document. It's about 20 pages almost. And there's a lot of language in there that's important that you understand. So we'll get together and we'll go through each individual paragraph, but I'm going to hit the highlights for you today about what to expect. One, you've got to decide what's the offering price. We'll help you through that by showing you the comparables or what other houses that are most similar to that one have sold for recently in order for you to put your best foot forward. So we'll create an offering price. Then we have to tell the seller how you plan to pay for the property. Is it going to be a cash offer? Is it going to be a FHA loan? Is it going to be VA financed? Are we doing a conventional loan? How are we paying for this property? Then we've got to talk about what are the terms of our offer. So are you going to pay your own closing costs? Are you going to ask the seller to pay your closing costs? Are you in a super competitive market on a super competitive house, and maybe to make your offer stronger, we're going to offer to pay part of the seller's closing costs. We want to make sure that you win. So we're going to give you a lot of options, but we're going to walk through each one of these together. So moving on past closing costs, we've got to decide, are you going to put up any earnest money or a non-refundable deposit? And if so, when does that occur? Then we've got to talk about things like the inspection period. You have 10 business days to have that inspection and to request the repairs from the seller. Again, in competitive markets, we may tell you that it's best to go ahead and have your inspection, but tell the seller you plan to ask for no repairs. Could be the difference between you winning the house and losing it. Then lastly, when are you going to close on the property? What does your timeline look like? We'll be in close communication with your lender if you're financing the property at this time to figure out exactly how long that lender needs to go through their process to fund the loan. That'll let us know how long it's going to take you from contract to close. Then we've got a few other things that we've got to decide. We need to know, where would you like to close this? What title company are you planning to use? All of those things will factor into our offer process. And again, we're going to give you some guidance here because we want to make sure that you win the offer. A lot of buyers go in and think, oh, well, I'm going to offer them significantly less. All they can do is say no. And that's true. And that's okay if this isn't the house. If it's the house, you need to trust what we tell you in terms of negotiation aspects to help us win the deal for you. There's lots of different ways to do that. Again, it's not always price. The highest price offer doesn't always win. It's why it's important that we reach out and have a great working relationship with the agent on the other side, because I need to call them and ask them what's most important to the seller. Sometimes it's a timeline more than price. So sometimes you allowing that seller to have some delayed occupancy or to rent the house back from you, it's what's really important to them. Sometimes it's about a particular closing date. Sometimes it's about them not having to do any repairs. So we've got to find out what's motivating the seller so that we can make sure that your offer as the buyer presents those terms to them. Our job is to negotiate on your behalf and make sure that you are the winning offer. Once that offer is won, we're ready to go from the contract date to the closing table. So make sure you stay tuned to the next video because that's when we're going to give you the next step in the process from contract to close.